rustling and the crop failure that has been experienced in the region. That warlords of violence are now eating in government, but the problems still remain. For the people of Mount Kenya region, I've heard your voice of unity. This will be done. We are one people and one nation. For the members of the fourth estate, they decried state harassment and curtailment of their freedoms that are enshrined in the Constitution. The media wants to be left free as espoused in our Constitution. This is only a sample of the discussions that I was having here in Wamunyoro. Just a small fraction. There's much more. The work before us, which is required to liberate this republic and save our people, is truly significant. Fellow countrymen, each day when the delegations left and Wamunyoro was quiet, I was left alone with the weight of their words. That weight was very heavy on my shoulders. I have said this before and I'll keep saying it so that Kenyan people know that I have not forgotten. I helped bring this administration to power. I rallied my people, my resources, my networks, my energy, and my ability to move people to put this government into office. So, when I hear how you are suffering today, I hear it as a man who must answer for his part in it. Some have looked at how hard I worked to fight the excesses of this government. Some say it is out of bitterness. I think they are forgetting that I spoke up when I was still in office. Recall the Gen Z protests and the massacre that followed. I stood with our children when I was in office. Some people still say that I'm speaking because I'm no longer in government. The naysayers are all wrong. So let me be clear once and for all about what drives me. I do what I do because I have a responsibility to do it. Where I come from, when your heart causes harm, even the harm you never intended, you cannot walk away. You do not make excuses. You apologize and then you do whatever is within your power to make it right. That is exactly what I'm doing. I played a big role in bringing this government to power. It is hurting Kenyans. I'm playing an even bigger role to set it home come 10th August 2027 on the ballot. My countrymen, listening to the delegations who came here to see me, Kenyans have identified 3 objectives that have been instructed to pursue and accomplish on their behalf. Objective number 1, I have been told I must use everything in my power to keep this government accountable while using every legitimate means available that will call out, stop, and break any scheme that is engineered by this government to loot taxpayers' money or oppress the people of Kenya. This, I promise, I will do day and night. Objective number 2, the people have told me unanimously that for us to correct the evils that be there for this country, William Ruto must be one term and must be sent home. That message was clear. To achieve that, I have been told and I'm persuaded that the United Alternative Government must identify one presidential candidate to face William Ruto in the next general elections. Kenyans have made it very clear that we cannot gamble or take any risk that might bring William Ruto back. Kenyans are persuaded that we must do whatever it takes, including sacrificing our own personal political ambition, to identify one single presidential candidate. This is the only way to set this brutal regime home. One way and one round on 10th August 2027. I have been so persuaded. Objective number 3, Kenyans have told me that they have analyzed and decided that Rigathi Gachagua needs to be the preferred presidential candidate of the United Alternative Government in 2027 general elections. Kenyans have instructed me to persuade my colleagues that I'm the best bet to guarantee a first round win, and that in their assessment of the energy, of the trust of the people, of the leadership qualities, of the experience, the infrastructure, the capacity, and the political network to deliver that victory. They have told me clearly that in the event that my colleagues persuade me otherwise, that I should not be the single presidential candidate. I should not in any way be the reason why the United Alternative Government should fail to have one single presidential candidate. In a nutshell, they have told me that in case I am not picked as the single presidential candidate, I and my supporters must back to a man, whoever is chosen to be the single presidential candidate. My countrymen, there comes a time in life when a patriot must make sacrifices for his nation. That time is now. As I leave Wamunyoro today, the road leads to only one place now. Forward to 2027. Forward to the liberation and restoration of our country's dignity, and forward to the Kenya you have been yearning and aspiring for. I'm ready to walk this road with you, and I stand ready to take on this fight. I assure you that the United Alternative Government is committed to ensuring fair, transparent, verifiable, credible, and democratic 2027 election and the liberation of the Kenyan nation and the restoration of the dignity of the Kenyan people. May God bless Kenya. May God help us liberate our great nation. I thank you. Si iko sawa? Iko sawa? Imeingia vizuri? Hata Kasongo amesikia? Kadi zilimo? One single? Najua anasema ati Rigiji lazima akuwe ni yeye. Nani nawaambia? Yes, mimi nataka na Wakenya wananitaka. Lakini wakisema ni wache, ndio hii mtu aende nyumbani. Si mimi nitawacha? Yeah. And I want to tell Kenyans I'm that patriotic. I'll make whatever sacrifice necessary for this country. And I want to tell Ruto, he has been saying I'm divisive. He doesn't know me well. You know, before he kicked me out, alikuwa amenidharau sana. He thought I'm just another villager. He was saying I have not gone to school, I have no experience, I have nothing. And in 2 weeks I will be forgotten. Today, he knows who Rigathi Gachagua is. Let me tell him, he is saying I'm divisive. I want to assure the people of Kenya, I'll be the unifying factor in the identification of a single presidential candidate to face William Ruto. And my people here in the mountain have now told me that the consolidation of the mountain is complete. The mountain has even been enlarged with Mount Kenya South and Mount Kenya North. They have now told me not to preach to the converted anymore. They have told me to go out to Western Kenya, to Coast Province, to Rift Valley, to all corners of this country and look for support for myself or whoever is picked as a single presidential candidate. So hapa mlimani nimewachia vijana wasukume. Si ndio? Si kazi imeisha. You cannot go to fish in a basket. Hii watu ya mlima tayari tumemaliza. Na mlima sana ni kubwa. And I didn't want to put it here. The people of the mountain have told me, because we're also here, in their own right, that they have decided that William Ruto cannot get their vote. And they have also told me they are willing to vote for anybody else, even if it is not me, provided it is not William Ruto. And that is the situation. So I'll be going to other parts of Kenya. I'll spend time in Nyanza, I'll spend time in Western, I'll spend time in the coast. I'll be everywhere. The work of consolidating the mountain, unifying it, is complete. There's nothing else to be done here. So hapa nikuja tu nyumbani kuangalia ng'ombe na kurudi. Kuna kazi nyingine nimebakisha hapa. Watu hapa wamemalizana na I'm happy and I want to say let everybody consolidate. You know, I told my colleagues winning a presidential election needs a formula. And some of us are quite experienced. We have been in this game for a long time. I've been in every succession since 1992. The transition from single party to multi-party democracy. I participated in every succession. The Moi succession, the Kibaki succession, Uhuru succession, and I'm now right in the middle of the Ruto succession. I know one or two things, and I've persuaded my colleagues that to be elected, votes must be mobilized. And the process of winning the next general election for us, the united opposition, begins with consolidation of regions. Let every leader go and consolidate where you are strong and where you have a say. Once we all consolidate, the remaining job will be the easiest. This one of sitting and identifying one candidate, people are saying it's the hardest. It's actually the easiest. We are dealing with the most difficult phase of liberating this country. Consolidating votes against William Ruto is the most difficult job. And that is what is going on now. Picking a single presidential candidate is a simple job. We can meet one afternoon after lunch, and before dinner, the candidate is known. And we move on. So wacha kila mtu aende aunganishe kura zake. Mimi yangu nimemaliza. Sasa I want also to go nikatafute umaarufu kwingine. And people are saying, why does Rigathi spend all the time in the mountain? I'm just a smart politician. How do you go to ask for support elsewhere before you consolidate your own? Charity begins at? Now I can go comfortably to Western Kenya and say, hey, I have consolidated 8 million. Please, can we partner? And then I'm listened to because I'm a serious guy. So people are blaming, oh, mtu atoke mlimani. Now nimetoka. I was in Kipsigis land. I was received like a king. Yeah. The man nation I've conquered. Hapo yote ni Rigathi na DCP. Kipsigis naendelea na it's going on very well. Kanairo nimemaliza. Sasa so nataka sasa ningangane na Western, si ndio? Na Coast and the rest of the country. And we are working well with our colleagues. And everybody is doing a good job. I'm particularly very happy with what is happening in Western Kenya. I'm very happy. I'm also very happy with what is happening in Nyanza. I'm very happy. I am very happy. I can see this thing is done. Once Western is done and Nyanza, kuisha maneno. Because hawa wengine wote tulikuwa tumemaliza kita. He was hoping he can take Western and Nyanza. Naona mambo imekuwa ngumu. Mambo ngumu. Na sasa hii Western, hii Nyanza imechemuka na Rigathi bado fika huko. Na nikifika huko, sitafika kufanya ile inaitwa finishing. Ile finishing. I want to say, Rigathi will be all over the country. The mountain is just a home now. He has to come and sleep once in a while. I'll be on national duty the rest of the country. And I work with my colleagues. We have got a very good relationship. I'm always hosted in other parts of the country. And I want to thank other Kenyans the way they have welcomed me. And I want to promise them I will not let them down. And here, what we have done, I have asked, the mountain is very simple. I have consolidated, it's good. Just make sure Kasongo does not divide the mountain. Make sure. Just make sure the small parties and wheelbarrows is introducing go nowhere. They must fail ab initio. Yeah? Because we know what is happening. And I've told the people of Kenya to appreciate and understand why I was consolidating the mountain. It's because the mountain vote is huge. And this vote, when it's united, is good for the country. So that we can join the rest of Kenyans to make sure we beat these men with a margin of 6 to 7 million. And I want to report to the rest of Kenya, the 8 million here to said William Ruto is available. So we are just now beefing up with the rest of the country for a good country, for a good Kenya. And some of us, people may not understand us. We are nationalists. We mean well for this country. And we'll sacrifice whatever I need to sacrifice for this country. And we'll be around and we'll be everywhere. Nimeshukuru sana, asanteni sana. Watu ya press, thank you very much. Mungu awalinde. And na nyinyi vijana, mkienda nyumbani muende vizuri. I am sorry we didn't even have enough time to really discuss and exhaust the issues you have. Yeah? Lakini tutapanga tupige mapicha kabla giza, si ndio? Hii mapicha inasaidia? Oh, inasaidia? So acha the various student leaders wa Kisumu ya Marsabit where watu yangu wapanga hapa tupige picha. Si ndio? Oh, mnataka kulala? Sasa asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki. Thank you very much.